I would like to thank colleagues for tabling this motion, as it affords me an opportunity to outline my plans to deliver affordable and public housing. The Government, however, is opposing the motion, as in my view it is flawed, poorly constructed and ill thought out, and I'll explain the reasons for that later on. In my proposed amendment to the motion, the Government makes clear, as we've laid out in our Shared Future, the programme for government, that its actions will be guided by the core principle that everybody should have access to good quality housing to purchase or rent at an affordable rate. This should be available at an affordable price and in sustainable communities that offer a high quality of life. Tackling homelessness remains a key objective, and I have met with the incredible team in the DRHE just today to reinforce that message and to offer any support I can. Accelerating the delivery of social housing with an increased emphasis on direct build is a key objective also in this programme for government, and contains an ambitious target of delivering at least 50,000 social homes over the term of this government. Another key objective, and one that I believe in firmly, is to deliver affordable homes for people and families to be able to purchase or rent. And in particular, I will bring forward measures to give hope back to our young people that they can aspire to own their own home at an affordable rate. I've spent the first 10 days in office meeting key stakeholders and gaining further insights into the challenges that lie ahead. I've outlined the ambitions of government in the key areas of housing and homelessness, and I've asked them to be as ambitious in their pursuit of delivering the homes that we and our country so badly need. I'm meeting key delivery partners on a weekly basis, initially to target delivery this year, taking account of the challenges presented by the COVID-19 pandemic. I will also be working closely in partnership with local authorities, approved housing bodies and the Land Development Agency to plot the course ahead and to agree output targets. In terms of affordable homes, they will be delivered through a number of channels, and to this end, it is my intention to extend the Service Site Fund, expand the Part 5 provision to encompass affordable purchase as well as social housing, whilst protecting the 10% social housing provision. Provide seed capital to local authorities to provide service sites at cost in towns and villages to allow individuals and families to build homes. I want to expand the Rebuilding Ireland Home Loan, strengthen the mortgage to rent scheme and ensure it is helping those who need it and those who are in systemic mortgage arrears. I want to retain and expand the Help to Buy scheme for new properties and for self-build properties. I'm going to accelerate and expand the Service Sites Fund. Under the fund, €310 million is already available to provide enabling infrastructure to support the delivery of more affordable homes on local authority land. A maximum funding amount of €50,000 is available per home, and on this basis and under the existing budget, at least 6,200 affordable homes to buy or rent can be delivered. The funding is made available in those areas where local authorities have demonstrated both the requirement for more affordable housing and that the viability of delivering such housing on their sites exists. The service site funding of €127 million has already been allocated in support of 35 projects, and I'm going to ensure that these projects are expedited so these homes will be delivered. This will provide for critical infrastructure work that will support the delivery of almost 3,200 affordable homes across 14 local authority areas, including the Greater Dublin area, Cork, Limerick and Galway, seeing good a firm commitment outlined in the programme for government. Importantly, the majority of these homes are being developed across mixed-tenure sustainable sites. The bulk of these projects approved for funding under the Service Site Fund are currently in the planning and design phase. The final sales prices of these affordable homes will be fully determined after the necessary planning permission has been obtained and the procurement process for construction of the development in question has been completed. Local authorities have, however, projected indicative reductions of between 10 and 40% on open market values. And I am determined to work with them and support local authorities and other delivery partners to ensure that these homes are affordable for the people and family that need them. For example, in early 2021, a development in Boherboy, County Cork, is scheduled to be the first Service Site Fund scheme delivering homes. It will deliver 116,000 affordable homes, badly needed, and Cork County Council has confirmed that these 2- and 3-bedroom homes are expected to be made available to first-time buyers between the range of 198,000 and 223,000. Just yesterday, South Dublin County Council issued an invitation to tender for the development of a supported project in Killinarden Tala. The development site has an estimated capacity for 500 units, with an anticipated tenure mix of 60% affordable and 20% social. Fingal County Council will shortly award a contract and commence construction on a housing project in Dooneymer and Lusk, comprising of 2- and 3-bedroom houses and apartments, which will be offered to the local authority with an average 20% reduction on market values. And indeed, I've met Fingal County Council specifically about those 51 homes where the prices will range on or about €200,000. We need local authorities to bring forward many more of these type of projects, and that's the message I have given them in my letter to Chief Executives late last week. For my part, as Minister, I will ensure that the necessary budgetary and statutory supports are in place. I intend to continue to use Service Sites funding to support the delivery of more affordable homes on public land. And I also intend to extend the use of the Service Sites Fund, and I'll be working with local authorities to that end. I'm also looking for other potential ways to expand this fund and to deliver more affordable homes in the shortest possible time. Another important way that I will be encouraging the development of more affordable homes is through the expansion of Part 5 planning provisions. I plan to expand Part 5 to encompass affordable purchase, in addition to its current important role in providing social homes. This commitment will not only add to the number of homes available in these areas, but will increase the tenure options for people and will assist in providing a good tenure mix within our communities. The Sinn Féin motion calls for absolute limits on the selling of affordable homes. It also places limitations on the gross income of those who will be eligible to buy those affordable homes. These ideas, whilst well-intentioned, in my view, are flawed and indeed are not ambitious enough. In terms of selling prices, the price of the homes that will be made available for purchase under the affordable scheme will be influenced by a range of factors which will vary from scheme to scheme. But I will be working to make them affordable and attractive for people that need them, particularly in major urban areas where people are facing the greatest housing access and affordability challenge. Placing absolute and uninformed limits on the prices of as yet to be planned, procured and constructed homes could easily become a barrier to delivery. This could prevent the development of viable housing in areas of most need, or prevent households identified as having a particular housing need from accessing the type of house they need in the location that they need it. The Government will not support a Sinn Féin position that households on a gross income of more than €75,000 would be deemed unworthy of state support. This would represent somewhere in the region of 40% of dual-income households nationally and a significantly greater number of dual-income couples in our urban centres. The approach this Government favours is proportionality. We do not intend to define affordability, as the Sinn Féin motion suggests, by reference to single points of income or price. Take the median price of a first-time buyer home in 2019 in Dún Laoghaire-Rathdown. It was €465,000, or Dublin City, where it was €343,000. Is Sinn Féin really saying that a dual-income working couple earning average wages just over the threshold of €75,000 and unable to buy a more affordable home in their own community would be excluded from availing of support to purchase a more affordable home under any government scheme? Affordability is not simply a question of how much is too much to pay on a mortgage, but of how much is too much for whom and in what circumstance. That is why this Government would rather seek to try and accommodate each household's particular family need and financial circumstance. It is why, in the first part, we will assess eligibility on the proportion of net income a household would need to buy a home on the open market to meet those needs. The Government will ensure a balanced allocation of state supports in terms of fairness regarding those who are eligible to avail of it and in relation to the amount of financial support they receive. In addition to ensuring that local authorities will be central to deliver housing, the Government has also confirmed that the Land Development Agency will have a crucially important and increasing role in the delivery of more affordable homes on state-owned land. This will include homes for affordable purchase, cost rental and social housing. And as stated in the programme for government, we will legislate as a matter of urgency to establish the LDA on a statutory basis to ensure state-owned lands are properly managed and utilised. The LDA will be tasked to work with government departments, local authorities, state agencies and other stakeholders to assemble strategic sites in urban areas and to ensure the sustainable development of social and affordable homes for rent and purchase. We intend that state lands being offered for sale, whether owned by a local authority, government department, commercial or non-commercial state agency or any other agency, would automatically be offered first to the LDA. I will also continue to encourage housing deliveries supported through the LIHAF Fund. LIHAF was designed to fund the provision of large-scale public infrastructure to relieve critical blockages and enable housing developments to be built. Funding of already £20 million has been allocated under LIHAF, and the project will support the delivery of up to 20,000 homes. Construction of infrastructure and housing has started on many projects, and over 2,000 were completed by the end of 2019. About 40% of the homes delivered under LIHAF will be sold at rates which provide a discount on market price. Up to 3,000 will be social housing homes and the remainder will be sold at market rates. I have committed as Minister to introducing an affordable purchase scheme as a matter of absolute priority. It was at some interest that I read the Sinn Féin motion calling for the introduction of a said affordable housing scheme. And I would remind the House that Sinn Féin opposed and voted against a Fianna Fáil motion to build affordable housing on state and local authority lands in the last Dáil. So I welcome their conversion. To affordable purchase. I intend to announce the details of the new scheme in September, when I will confirm the arrangements under which discounted homes will be sold to eligible purchasers by local authorities. The underlying provisions for affordable purchase are set out in Part 5 of the Housing Miscellaneous Provisions Act 2009. In finalising the details of the scheme, I am first taking a short amount of time to engage with the various sectoral interests to ensure that the scheme is as I envisage and envisaged by government. I have instructed my officials to undertake a short and focused review of the 2009 provisions to ensure they meet the requirements and to identify the changes that will be necessary to reflect the priorities of this government. Key eligibility criteria for an affordable dwelling purchase arrangement under Part 5 include: the applicant must be a first-time buyer. There will, however, be certain exceptions. That the net household income is such that the repayments on a 90% mortgage for purchase of a suitable unit and market value would not exceed 35% of that net income. Net income here means income net of income tax and PRSI. In addition, a charge will be placed on the property equal to the percentage discount from market value, giving the Housing Authority an equity stake in the property. This is important to ensure that more homes can be delivered over time, helping more people to access affordable homes. While I consider that 35% is a reasonable threshold, as I've indicated earlier, I do intend to scrutinise the eligibility criteria as it relates to income level to ensure it reflects this government's priorities and delivers the outcomes that we need. Broadly, I consider that determining eligibility by reference to net income is fairer and is much fairer in doing so by reference just to purely gross income. Take, for instance, two couples with the same net income. The first couple with one income and the second couple with two. The couple with one income, in this case, will have a higher gross income. I do not believe that two households with the same net income, which after all influences the ability to repay a mortgage, should necessarily be treated differently because their gross incomes may be different. However, as I have said, I intend to take a closer look at this area before finalising the scheme. I further intend to publish that scheme in September, along with any amending legislation that would be required. We are also, as members will know, preparing a cost rental model, a national cost rental scheme, where the working group are finalising options for government, and that will be published also this year and brought before the House. To conclude, Ceann Comhairle, my tenure as Minister will see affordability out to the heart of the housing system. My immediate priority in this area will be concentrated on introducing an affordable purchase scheme that will help struggling households access more affordable homes. I'm very much aware of the breadth of the task that is facing us in this area, and I am determined to take on this challenge. I'm confident that the existing range of commitments that our three parties have made in the programme for government will prove to be an excellent starting point for a collective ambition to make housing more affordable for people across Ireland. And as such, I reiterate our proposed revisions to the motion set before us.
Thank you very much, Deputy.